I was not unique in my feeling that Mr. Blevin's music class was the best part of the week. The music room was free of desks and the usual order and ritual of other classrooms. As the mastermind behind this instrumental playground, Mr. Blevins supplied his students with 50 minutes of creative cacophony each week. One Friday morning in 4th grade, we marched down to the music room only to find out that Mr. Blevins was absent. And as the year went on, Mr. Blevin's absence became more consistent than his presence, leaving us at the mercy of the dreadful substitute, Mrs. Watts, for more weeks than we appreciated. Sometime in February, after morning lineup on the blacktop courts behind the school, we bounded into the classroom and sat in our usual desks. When our teacher, Mr. Skomer, entered the room a minute behind us, he invited us to come sit down on the carpet, the typically quiet place occupied after lunchtime, where he would read to us from his favorite children's novels. But this morning, he didn't have a book in his hands. Instead, one hand held his shaking glasses, and the other was being drawn up to his face, where he proceeded to rub his already red eyes. Slowly, he looked up at us, moving his eyes around the circle before we began to speak. The first noise to escape his throat was an erratic crack, which he swallowed down before trying for a second time to tell us that our beloved music teacher, Mr. Blevins, had died the night before of pneumonia due to complications with AIDS. Before our eyes, our young, energetic teacher had been reduced to an awkward, quivering version of his former self, and as the tears rolled down his cheeks, a palpable tension settled over the circle. My body tensed. I felt goosebumps crawl up my arms and down my neck as I tried to digest the news. In the weeks following the death of Mr. Blevins, the usual hallway chatter was littered with hate-filled slurs. Homo, faggot, and cocksucker were not necessarily words we hadn't heard or used before, but this time they were aimed so deliberately at a man who before his death was one of the most beloved teachers in the school.
And I'm so